Do you know that international shipping has remained a highly competitive and profit-driven business that needs to always comply with safety and environmental protection standards? You're welcome to another interesting episode of your program, Nimasa This Week. Your guide to everything maritime, where safety plays an essential role. I remain your anchor, Moyoluwa Olutayo. You're welcome on the program. Come sail with us as it promises to be an interesting ride today.
Happy International Women's Day 2025. Accelerate action.
Happy International Women's Day. 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 Accelerate action!
If you're just joining us, you're welcome on the program. It's Nimasa This Week. In a significant move to bolster Nigeria's maritime sector, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, attended a high-profile meeting with His Excellency Sultan Ahmed Sulayem, Chairman and Group CEO of DP World. This initiative aligns with the broader economic reforms of the Nigerian government aimed at improving trade facilitation, port efficiency, economic growth, and ultimately to position Nigeria as a central hub for all maritime activities in the region. Stay tuned.
In a significant move towards strengthening Nigeria's maritime sector, the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, has met with the Chairman and Group CEO of DP World, His Excellency Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, to discuss possible ways of collaboration toward the attainment of modernized port infrastructure while improving logistics capabilities, which are crucial to driving economic growth in Nigeria. This meeting follows previous discussions between Nigerian officials and DP World at international forums, reinforcing their shared vision for infrastructure development and economic partnership. The outcomes of these discussions are expected to pave the way for significant investments and projects, shaping the future of Nigeria's maritime sector and enhancing its role in global trade.
Again, we are developing more deep-sea ports that will at least take cognizance of the need to have better drafts. Nigeria is supposed to be the hub of transshipment in West Africa. Because of the low level of drafts, most of these things take place in neighboring countries. We want to reverse that as much as we can. We're developing other ports in Raigon, Skeland, Urutu, Odo, Badagry. So those are areas that you can come in to partner with them. We need investors that will need to get this thing done.
The DP World in September 2024 had announced plans to invest in a multi-billion-dollar port project. This underscores the strategic importance of Nigeria's ports and the opportunities for growth in the region, as the move aligns with the federal government's broader economic reform agenda, aimed to attract foreign investments and develop the country's infrastructure to facilitate smoother trade operations.
What we see is that Nigerian products are not discharged in the ports, they are discharged in the surrounding countries. In a sense, in identifying suitable locations for terminals so we can add a service in our business. As a company, sir, we are not only port operator, we own vessels, so we handle our family container in our own vessels, 117 vessels that carry cargo from the big shipping line into other ports.
The ongoing collaboration between Nigeria and DP World aims to address key challenges in port logistics, improve efficiency, and enhance Nigeria's standing as a central player in Africa and global trade. As discussions continue, more details about specific projects and investments are expected, marking the beginning of a transformative phase in the country's maritime development. DP World, a global leader in maritime logistics, has shown a strong interest in Nigeria's potential as a maritime hub in Africa.
Happy International Women's Day accelerates action. Happy International Women's Day accelerates action. Happy International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day accelerates action. Happy International Women's Day accelerates action. Happy International Women's Day accelerates action.
You're welcome back. We're still with the ministry. The federal government of Nigeria, through an initiative led by the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, is making a decisive move to tackle frequent boat mishaps and improve marine transport for future generations by inaugurating a special committee on waterways safety. Speaking at the inauguration, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola CON, emphasized the critical role of inland and coastal waterways in commerce and livelihood. Don't go away.
The Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola CON, has underscored the important role of the inland and coastal waterways in enhancing the livelihoods of Nigerians. Oyetola, who made this known during the inauguration of a special committee on waterways safety to look into the incessant boat mishaps on the nation's inland waters, while also improving marine transport operations. The formation of the committee, which includes maritime agencies, security forces, and industry experts, is an essential move to tackling these challenges. Their task will involve conducting a safety audit, proposing regulatory reforms, and ensuring stronger vessel inspections and safety compliance. These efforts will play a significant role in creating a more reliable and sustainable marine transport system for the future, while also bolstering the federal government's determination and commitment to a safer maritime domain in Nigeria.
Our waterways are not just channels of commerce. They are lifelines that connect communities, support livelihoods, and drive economic growth. However, frequent tragic boat mishaps across the country have posed significant challenges, resulting in loss of lives and properties. It is worrisome, and this situation demands urgent intervention.
As Nigeria seeks to fully harness its marine resources and expand the blue economy, the government is calling for collaborative efforts from all stakeholders to drive sustainable and secure water transportation. With this renewed focus on safety, reliability, and sustainability, the federal government is taking a significant step towards unlocking the full potential of Nigeria's waterways and ensuring safer marine transport for future generations.
Safety on our inland waterway is not negotiable. I'm bold to say that this is because of my privileged positions within this ministry under your able leadership. NIWA has been refocused to deliver on its mandate without compromise. Therefore, It is cheering to note that this committee has been tasked to evaluate the primary causes of both mishap on our inland waterways with a view to finding enduring solutions to them.
Welcome back. We move on to our next port of call, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa. In light of the evolving international maritime landscape, surveyors in the maritime industry gathered together at a workshop themed Embracing Modern Technology in Maritime Safety, Opportunities and Challenges. The highlight of the workshop was to foster collaboration, share best practices, and aligning their effort with global standards and international maritime organization conventions. More to come. Stay tuned.
The Nigerian maritime industry is evolving, and with it comes the need for continuous dialogue, adaptation, and innovation. The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Dayo Mobiriola, emphasizes the importance of safety, environmental protection, and technological advancements, key elements that must go hand in hand to meet the growing demands of the global maritime sector. At the 2025 Surveyors Workshop organized by Nimasa in Lagos, Dr. Mobiriola, represented by the Head of Maritime Safety and Seafarers Standards Department, Engineer Patrick Egbe, reinforced the role of collaboration in the sector's survival. He noted that the workshop serves as a platform for stakeholders to engage with the latest global developments and explore how Nimasa is integrating best practices to align with international standards.
As surveyors in the maritime sector, we understand how critical it is to remain on the cutting edge. The way we work has been completely transformed by modern technology, which has allowed us to be more productive, accurate, and efficient. We are here today to examine the most recent developments and breakthroughs that are revolutionizing our industry. We will explore the fascinating realm of emerging technology, ranging from blockchain, artificial intelligence, to drones and satellite imagery.
This year's theme, Embracing Modern Technology in Maritime Safety, Opportunities and Challenges, sparked discussions on critical topics including the impact of emerging technologies, the administrative frameworks needed to meet national and international obligations, and the role of digitalization in shaping the future of maritime operations.
To ensure that its international obligations and responsibilities as flag, port, and coastal states are met, and to establish a methodology to monitor and assess the strategy to ensure the effectiveness of the strategy. The question we always ask every member state is, do you really have a strategy? If you are asked, can you actually produce that strategy? And say, this is my strategy, or these are my strategies. And of course, in inter audit, you need to present that.
As global regulations continue to evolve, the importance of cooperation within the industry has never been greater. Surveyors across Nigeria convene annually to share insights, tackle challenges, and ensure that their work aligns with the International Maritime Organization's global safety and environmental protection standards. The international shipping industry is undeniably competitive, but beyond profitability, it bears the responsibility of maintaining stringent safety and environmental regulations.
The current measures in place, as you all are aware, is basically to improve on ship efficiency. And currently, we are using what we call the CIA rating, or what we call the carbon intensity indicator ratings. and this determines the annual reduction factor needed to ensure continuous improvement of ships' carbon intensity. So in essence, the CIA rating we are talking about is just a measure of ships' pollution capacity. And when we're talking about, we're talking more restrictively to what we call the MAPO and 6.
Marine surveyors play an essential role in ensuring compliance, whether they work for flag states, classification societies, or other maritime organizations. The discussions at the workshop highlighted not just the benefits of technological advancements in maritime safety, but also the challenges they posed. Issues such as regulatory compliance, cybersecurity threats, and the ongoing need for workforce skill development remain key concerns as the industry continues to integrate modern technology.
The Surveyors workshop is all about continuous improvement. We're going to look at where we are supposed to be, assess ourselves and say, have we done well? Are we trying? And then seek the advice of stakeholders and even non-exclusive surveyors among our ranks, all in a bid for us to up our game and improve.
Today, we celebrate the strength, resilience, and achievements of women around the world. At the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, we honor the incredible women who continue to shape the maritime industry with their dedication, innovation, and leadership.
Happy International Women's Day 2025. This year, 2025, the theme is Accelerate Action. And what are we accelerating action for?
Because we believe that if government accelerates action on things that involve women, a lot of impact will be made.
Happy International Women's Day.
Accelerate action.
Happy International Women's Day. Today we celebrate women.
To celebrate their contribution, their achievement, and unwavering spirit.
Happy International Women's Day. Accelerate action.
Happy International Women's Day. Accelerate action.
Happy International Women's Day. Accelerate action.
Accelerate action.
May God bless us and continue to bless the nation.
Happy International Women's Day 2025. Accelerate action.
To our partners, stakeholders, and every woman making waves in the maritime sector and beyond, your contributions continue to inspire us all. Together, we navigate towards a future of equality, opportunity, and success for women everywhere.
You're welcome back. We move on to the UNSDG segment. The maritime sector plays a crucial role in the actualization of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This week, Hadiza Jibril, a Principal Marine Environment Management Officer with Nimasa, will be speaking with us on the 6th SDG, which focuses on clean water and sanitation. She will also enumerate the roles of Nimasa in ensuring this is replicated in the Nigerian maritime sector. Don't go away.
Hello viewers, welcome to this edition of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In this edition, we'll be discussing SDG 6, talking about clean water and sanitation and what Nimasa is doing to help achieve these goals. With me on this edition is Hadiza Jibril. She is a Principal Marine Environment Management Officer with Nimasa. You're welcome, Hadiza.
Thank you, Femi. Thank you for having me.
Now, as you may know, cleaner and safer environment is very pertinent to the actualization of the UN SDGs, right? And in this edition, we're talking about cleaner water and sanitation. Can you tell us what Nimasa is doing to ensure that this is achieved in Nigeria, particularly in the maritime sector?
So the environment plays such a crucial role in achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals by several ways as follows. Number one, it supports human well-being. This is achieved by SDG 1, 2, and 3. It also promotes ecosystem services. This is achieved by SDG 6, 7, and 9. It also supports climate action. This is achieved by SDG 13, 14, and 15. And then it promotes sustainable development. This is achieved by SDG 8, 12, and 17. And Nimasa does its best to ensure that it fulfills its set targets by achieving these set goals by the UN.
All right, thank you once again. Thank you for that response. Now, our focus today is on SDG 6, talking about clean water and environment. Now, can you tell us what Nimasa is doing to contribute its own quota to ensure that we achieve, cleaner oceans in line with Nimasa's mission? Thank you.
Okay, so in answering your question, one of the set primary objectives in the Nimasa Act is pollution prevention of the marine environment. So I'm going to start with marine environment protection, and this is achieved by Nimasa in compliance with relevant international conventions such as MAPOL, which is a pollution prevention from ships, and then also London Dumping Conventions on waste and other matter, and then compliance with other relevant Merchant Shipping Act regulations on waste. And so Nimasa is able to achieve this by control and prevention of oil and chemical spills, waste and garbage from ships into the marine environment, so thereby enhancing proper sanitation.
All right, there's a concern about this particular menace, talking about open defecation, particularly in the coastal areas in Nigeria. Now, we know it has some health, hazards, because these things get to wash into the water and then the fishes get to eat them, right? So, can you say, what do you think the government can do, or particularly Nimasa, to try to stem these, things that are happening, so that we are able to bring it to the barest minimum in the country, or even, if possible, eradicate it?
Firstly, I'll shed some light on the Marine Litter Action Plan by the agency. So Nimasa, they developed a waste prevention and waste management plan for marine litter, and then also the deployment of marine litter marshals along coastal lines, shorelines, and riverine communities. And this is to ensure your plastic waste and other forms of waste and debris along the shorelines. So these marine litter marshals, they clean this up. They are active in the cleanup, and then also they sensitize riverine communities on, anything regarding discharging their waste into the ocean to promote sanitation of the water. So, and in so doing, for open defecation, is a significant issue for the UN, and the UN has been they've been tackling this since 2013, and Nimasa understands that this poses immense health risks, and for example, on humans, it can cause, cholera, diarrhea, and then also affect marine biodiversity and eventually environmental degradation. So Nimasa has taken up some initiatives to curb this open defecation. For example, Nimasa engages in regular cleanup of coastal areas and seaports, cleaning their wastes, such as marine litter, water hyacinths, and also human waste.
Lastly, now, as you may know, we're already 10 years into the SDGs, and it feels like, a lot is still yet to be achieved. In another 5 years or less, we should be done with this set of SDGs. Now, what do you think will happen to the global populace if these SDGs are not reviewed? What's your take on it? Should they be reviewed, or you think after 2030 it stops there?
Okay, so what I think is, SDGs, they provide minimum standards for minimum living standards for global citizens, and providing eco-friendly environments, good health, and human well-being, supporting human well-being and supporting climate action. So what I think is, after 2030, the world may not survive. That's if there's no review, and I would suggest a review after 2030.
It's a wrap on this segment, dear viewers. We've been talking about SDG 6, talking about cleaner water and sanitation. Before you go, let me say this to you. It's our responsibility to keep our environment clean. You do your own, we play our part, while the government continues to create an enabling environment for us to thrive. Remember that everything you throw on the road gets into the oceans and has a way of getting into the mouth of the fishes. This also has a way of affecting human lives, because these fishes serve as a means of consumption for human beings. Please, let's do our part while government plays their own part. I remain your host. My name is Femi Kumuyi.
That's all for today. Thanks for joining us on this maritime journey. And for our Muslim brothers and sisters, we say Ramadan Kareem. Until we meet again on the same platform, same station, same time next week, bye for now.